Welcome to our latest comedy episode. Who would have guessed MeiXiu would do something like this? To win this man, MeiXiu tried ridiculous methods, even contemplating jumping into the river like a comedy character. But the team, already accustomed, didn't bat an eye. The subtle romance unfolded. Even though this performance made her look silly, MeiXiu was undeterred. When she heard the fire department was looking for volunteers, she transformed into a superhero. Her goal? To get up close and personal with Jiang Yi. But when Jiang Yi caught MeiXiu's flirtatious gaze, he nearly dropped his sandwich and at dinner. MeiXiu boldly confessed her love for Jiang Yi in front of all colleagues. Everyone picked up on MeiXiu's interest, and after dinner, they all discreetly left, giving Jiang Yi and MeiXiu some awkward alone time. MeiXiu wanted to invite Jiang Yi for another drink, but he was so eager to escape it was like a bad sitcom. With no other choice, MeiXiu left alone but stumbled just a few steps and fell flat on her face, a scene right out of a comedy. Jiang Yi panicked and rushed over to carry MeiXiu, speeding off to the hospital as if he was saving a national treasure. MeiXiu suddenly woke up to find a sweaty and anxious Jiang Yi. She couldn't help but feel a bit smug inside. A tiny wave of feelings made her consider pretending to be ill again, realizing that Jiang Yi didn't really hate her that much after all. In the days that followed, MeiXiu launched a passionate pursuit of Jiang Yi. She trailed Jiang Yi like an adorable puppy, sticking to him relentlessly. The gourmet lunch she prepared was casually tossed in the trash by Jiang Yi, but MeiXiu didn't get mad. It was comedic, really. MeiXiu turned and brought out sushi. Jiang Yi, about to throw it again, finally snapped. Just when the group was finishing lunch, an emergency call came through and intern MeiXiu was off to the rescue site like a superhero. As they were about to call it a day, Jiang Yi noticed MeiXiu was missing, and her knees crept in. She had a peculiar feeling of urgency within her and realized she absolutely had to find MeiXiu. A mix of emotions flooded through her, hoping to find MeiXiu safe and sound. Just then, Jiang Yi realized MeiXiu had vanished, and anxiety began bubbling up inside her. She quickly rushed back to the rescue site and found MeiXiu fainting again in the cold storage. What a scene! As she scooped up MeiXiu to head to the hospital, the cold storage went dark. Surprise. When the power came back, the cold storage door magically locked, a chill swept in, and Jiang Yi tried to call for help, and hilarity ensued. In a closed cold storage, there was no signal. MeiXiu woke up to see Jiang Yi anxious. She enjoyed it. MeiXiu wasn't worried at all and enjoyed the alone time with Jiang Yi, thinking how nice this guy was. She unknowingly fell for him, and as temperature plummeted, it became more ridiculous. To fend off the cold, they had to move around, but even so, they ended up curled up together like two tired kittens. Jiang Yi worried that MeiXiu might lose consciousness and kept telling her not to fall asleep or she might not wake up. MeiXiu thought, "You are the one who truly should be worried. Not me, Annie. You're overthinking it." As Jiang Yi babbled on, MeiXiu wore a smug smile, as if that was exactly what she wanted to hear. As the temperature in the cool storage dropped further, the two exhausted individuals decided to try one last trek and seek hope for survival. MeiXiu took off their clothes and held her tightly, shivering herself, but desperately wanting to warm her up. The girl she once loathed became suddenly important, and she found herself drawn in by this wild adventure. Just when their lives were about to run out, the team finally noticed the two were missing. When they opened the cold storage door, they miraculously discovered the two, and timely rescue brought them back to life. This incident slowly changed Jiang Yi's attitude towards MeiXiu, and their new contact made her appreciate MeiXiu's care. Watching MeiXiu tenderly tend to her wounds, Jiang Yi finally felt the flutter in her heart. Seeing MeiXiu often faint, Jiang Yi took her to the hospital. Such a heart-melting moment. However, the test results were surprising. MeiXiu's indicators were normal, leaving Jiang Yi utterly shocked. Jiang Yi briefly thought MeiXiu's fainting was a tactic to grab her attention. This discovery moved Jiang Yi, and her icy heart seemed to thaw as she listened to MeiXiu talk about wanting to go to the beach, no matter how far. Jiang Yi willingly drove miles to take MeiXiu to watch the stunning sunset. How romantic. They walked on the beach, recalling past stories, revealing MeiXiu's sorrowful history behind her aspiration to become a doctor. When she was young, her father fell ill with cancer, and with no money for treatment, she could only watch her father cry. From that moment on, she vowed to be a doctor one day. Listening to MeiXiu's remorse about her past, Jiang Yi felt a deep recognition of the girl's kind heart. Even though she changed her views on MeiXiu, Jiang Yi still couldn't forget her wife, with regret etched deeply in her heart. This was why she had always struggled to accept MeiXiu's feelings. That spot in her heart remained vacant. When Jiang Yi was tipsy, she mistakenly thought MeiXiu was her wife, and words flowed out like a burst dam. She poured out her longing for her wife to MeiXiu, revealing her most vulnerable side.